my mic? Oh my god, I haven't streamed for so long. Welcome to the Corner Press Studio. Why is my mic not aligning? Okay. Welcome to the Corner Press Studio. I'm Nadia, and I am. Do I say like a do? And I'm a wannabe sculptor, full-time sculptor and illustrator. Anyway, I sculpt a lot on Nomad Sculpt, and I like to stream my work in progress. I haven't streamed for a while, and that's because I've been working on my tutorial videos. I've been working on my script. So something that I realized from making my past few tutorial scripts, because like now I think about 4 tutorial videos out now. What is it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I guess 4 videos. Yeah, and then I decided to work on. Oh wait, so after. Where's my song repeating? So after I worked on these 4 videos, I realized how important it is to script my words, like really just like almost every single word, like I have to write it down, because it just saves so much time. Like it's a little bit tedious, and it kind of feels like I'm spending and wasting a lot of time writing down what I want to say. But then I realized that it saves a lot of time on the editing side, and it also saves a lot of you see like how bad I am at combining voicing my thoughts. But it's something that I struggle with, and so I just need a lot more help, and I use scripting to help me. So yeah, write down the script, and it saves a lot of time on the recording side, which means that I have a lot less to edit and to cut, and also a lot less file size. Like it will save quite a few gigs of what? Yeah, it will save quite a lot of gigabytes on my computer. So yeah, I was working on my next tutorial video, which was this super delayed symmetry tutorial part 2. I kind of guessed it that I was delaying it because it's going to be difficult, and sure enough, it was really difficult to plan that tutorial, just because like it's not super straightforward. Like when I was doing my files tab tutorial, I just need to follow what these things are, like in order. So the scripting for that was really smooth. Yeah, I think I did that pretty fast. But when it comes to the symmetry part 2 tutorial, which is on troubleshooting symmetry mistakes, that one is like it's so out in the open. Like anything can be done, and it can be done in any order. I don't know whether you get what I mean, but maybe when the video is out, then you get what I mean. But as I was writing the script, I kept realizing that there's so many things that I need to do, like I need to talk about before I can even move on to the main topic of the video. And so I broke off like one section for that and wrote another script, which I've already recorded, and it will be about the outliner menu here. So that one is recorded. I'm editing that one now, and then I fell sick. Oh my god, so annoying. Because I was like meeting friends, and then had to attend a few gatherings and all that. And I think just like, yeah, just the exposure and my weak immune system, yeah, I fell sick. But luckily I am recovering really fast from this one. But I wanted to stream like a few days ago, and then I sat down and started sculpting a little bit, and then I started burning up, and I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm not going to stream like this. So I'm okay now, and that's why I'm streaming today. Hey. It's been 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks, guys. It's been 3 weeks since I streamed. And also, like, in the past 3 weeks, there's just so, like, I guess it's a good thing. That means I'm progressing, but there's just so many things to plan for my future tutorials. So I have the symmetry part 2. I have the outline the tutorial. I have symmetry part 3. And like, I need to finish the script so that I know that, like, how to say, I know that I don't need to like break off even more things, or I know that there'll be certain topics to be covered in the other tutorials. So I didn't want to like overlap things, and I didn't want to like put the topics that is not relevant in any of like the video script. Yeah, just like trying to keep it concise, keep everything concise and like as short as possible. But I think the symmetry part 2 tutorial is going to be like, I think it's going to be like 30 minutes. There's just so many things to go through, which kind of makes sense because it's like it's kind of like an accumulation of the things that I've learned in the past like 10 plus years, like doing 3D and working in a VFX company, things like that. Like there's just so many things, so many like UI practices that I kind of want to condense. So I guess 30 minutes is pretty good for that. Like 11 years in 30 minutes. But it's like really basic stuff. So it's not like something grand or anything. And I do want to cover the basic stuff first. And then symmetry part 3, that's when I'll start doing like the more advanced things, which is really fun. Like it felt so fun when like it feels really fun to script like all my tutorials. But there's like this sense of, there's this different sense when I start typing the script for like the more advanced topics, and then I'm like, it feels more freeing, I guess, if that's accurate, because it's like I'll be typing the script and then I'll be like, oh, and then I do this in the outliner, blah blah blah. And previously, if I think, which one was it? Yeah, like things like, oh, then I'm going to use the gizmo, blah 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 blah. And then previously, there'll be this thought that popped out in my head. There'll be like, was it? Trying to remember what happened during my scripting. Oh yeah, so before my symmetry part 1 came out, there'll be a lot of times when I'm writing script, and then I'll be like, oh, and then like do this, and I'll be like, man, I feel like I need to explain what this does, because everyone will be at like different levels, and that's why I made like all the things like the files tab menu thing and the symmetry tab thing a tutorial. And yeah, like once like these are out of the way, like the basic, like the most basic fundamental functions are out of the way, then I can kind of like just focus on the topics that is more in line with what I'm doing right now. So yeah, that's pretty fun. Oh, and like if you're new to my channel, I usually stream my work in progress. So these are not tutorials, like these are just me doing my work. And let me show you my new sculpt that I've made. And when did I start making this? I'm not really sure. But it's really on and off. It's not yeah, it's just like here and there, like in between my scripting sessions. And this one is based on a painting that I did. So if you watch my, like one of my old live streams where I'm doing like Procreate paint, you probably recognize this one. So this is one of the paintings that I was doing to try and integrate my brush pen stuff, my brush pen drawings into a painting, because I feel like that I always struggle with trying to blend different elements together. So like brush pen, my digital painting, my paintings, like traditional paintings, and my 3D sculpting, like there's always this clear break between them. And so one of the things that I've been working really hard to try and like overcome is to figure out ways to integrate them so that they all look like they belong together. If that's, yeah, like so that they all look like they come from the same artist. But I really like this one. I really like the progress that I've made with this, because like I've really struggled with painting my own what's that called? Oh, original art. Oh my god. Yeah, I really struggle with making original art, and painting is like the worst for me. And yeah, that's why I'm like, even if this might not be like professional Illustrator level, I'm really happy with it. And I like how this turned out. Like these were my brush pen drawings, and then I layered, I think, like divide and exclusion to create these colors on a black surface. Yeah, but then after a while I was thinking, like there's this thing that I also kind of figured out recently, which is like thinking about when do I do 2D and when do I do 3D, since I can do both. And like I made the realization that I should just do whatever feels right to me, like just do it organically, like don't overthink it. And that's how this sculpt and that's how this sculpt came about and materialized, because I feel like I just want to sculpt her in 3D too. Like I want to do it, and so she came about. I kind of started this project to try and like figure out. So this project, I think I'm going to focus on, with this painting, I was figuring out what to do with my brush pen drawings to digital drawings. And then for this one, I'm trying to figure out how to, like how much of it would be 3D, how much of it would be 2D, and how I want to integrate that as my own thing, like in the way that I like, in my own style. So that is the main. And I'm talking a lot because I haven't streamed in a while. I'm really sorry. And it's quite helpful to talk through things sometimes, because I feel like a lot of these realizations that I made I made it simply just like talking it out and figuring things out. Like it kind of makes me feel like make a lot more like varied different connections in my brain, if you kind of like mind mapping. And that's what I want to achieve with this. So yeah, I really like these. I'm not really sure, like, do I want to turn her into a 3D thing? But I feel like maybe it's just 2D. You see how fucking cute this is? It's so cute, it's like glowing. Yeah. Oh, these guys will be in the outliner tutorial. Look at how cute they are when like. Oh my god, it's so fucking cute. Let me face them up. Yeah, these guys will be in the outline of the tutorial. So cute. I like this song. I feel like I've been spoiled recently. Like there's a lot of there are a lot of new albums. I like to listen to, if I can find one that I like. I kind of prefer to listen whole albums rather than like individual songs, because it kind of feels like one long song in essence. So I'm not really sure like what I want to do with this, and like as always I'm really scared of showing these kind of things to like online, because like I realize that one of the fears of showing things like work in progress and all that is the fear of failing, I guess. Like as cliche as it sounds, like I'm very scared that I wouldn't do this justice, or I wouldn't be able to make this sculpt look good. But I think like after posting every day, I've been posting every day on Twitter and Threads for like more than 2 years now, is it? Or is it 2 years by now? Yeah, it's been such a long time. And yeah, I learned a lot from just posting every day. And one of them I realized from this too, and like feeling the trepidations of live streaming every time I stop live streaming for a while, is that the fear of failing really holds me back. So I hope that this turns out well in the future. I'm not sure. Yeah, let me show you around. This is I've kind of like done most of the work on the face, and then this one not really, like this is just my base mesh, if you remember. If you recall, which one is it? This one. No, I've done a base mesh adjustment in one of my old live streams. So this is where the body mesh is from. So I've kind of like just plop them around and adjust them a little bit. So it's not really, I think like the proportions and some of the forms are not correct. The next thing that I've worked quite a bit on would be her hair, which I split up to different parts like this. So you can see like all different parts. Let me turn on the aircon. Speaking of the tutorial scripting, I have the symmetry part 3 tutorial script also in progress, and then as I write like this long in my notes app, I realized that this whole chunk, I guess like if I'm going to put it like an exact length, it'll be like way over. But I realized like the whole chunk that I wrote for my symmetry part 3 tutorial, which will be on like making the base meshes for 2 of my old sculpts, like this one. Yeah, the whole chunk was just about dynamic topology. And I'm like, oh my god, I need to split off again. So now I have, one script is done. And now I have 3 scripts in progress because I need to break off again I'm like, oh my god, like please, like don't. So I'm going to have the outline tutorial, which is in progress, the symmetry part 2, which I've already written script, and I've already like planned every single thing. Like, let me just, why did I not save it? You can see this one. It was getting long. No, not you. Is that you? Yeah, so I have, like, these are all, oh my god, it's so messy now. Yeah, I need to organize this. Oh my god. That's kind of like one of the perks of having the latest iPad with more RAM, that I can fill up like a bunch of crap in one file. But I need to organize this. What do I want to do? Yeah, so like there are a few symmetry problems that don't look that obvious over here. I think this is the most obvious one. You can see that the symmetry line is like crossing weirdly, like it's not in the center of the feet. So things like that. The problems are all planned. I created the issues that I commonly encountered when I started out with sculpting in 2023, 2024. So I think it'd be really helpful, at least helpful to me. And as long as it's helpful to me, that's like good enough for me. You see how cute they are? Oh. Yeah, example. Yeah, just like quick examples for part of my script. But yeah, so cute. So cute. So cute. And then yeah, I really want to get, oh, and then I created another script. Maybe I'm just what's that? Maybe I'm just procrastinating. That's the word. Procrastinating, and let me restart because my RAM is kind of like eating up. Maybe I'm just procrastinating recording because that's going to be the more difficult part. Like recording the process and all that. But yes, I have another tutorial that I started scripting yesterday, and yeah, that one would be about comparing the performance. I don't really know the main structure of it yet, but I think the main topic would be comparing the performance of this iPad versus my very old iPad Pro, and how to optimize your files and optimize your workflow so that you can work with like 2 gigs of RAM. I think that's the overarching idea for that tutorial, but I only just started scripting it yesterday, I think, so I spent the whole day scripting it. That's also why I was like, I wanted to stream yesterday, but then oh my god, there's so many things I have to like write down before I forget about them. So that's another script that I have in progress. Yeah. I hope that, I mean, I feel like I'm probably pretty bad at like scripting and like the whole recording process, like making videos, but I think I'm getting better with more practice. I think the scripting part is also like getting faster, and like trying to think of what to show on my iPad screen. I think that's also that's also like getting faster. So I'm seeing like micro bits of improvements every day. Here I also want to talk about my recent climbing progress, but maybe I should work on this a bit first. I need to look at some reference because like I think all my proportions are wrong. But this is not the main thing for today. The main thing is sculpting her hair. Oh, another thing is that these leaves, I kind of like did them as a plant study to test whether or not I can use curve repeaters for making organic leaves. So this is all made with curve repeater, and this is the object. It's like that. Maybe I go to which is quite dark like this. Yeah, so it's made by this one single thing on a mirror repeater, which is repeated with a curve repeater. Yeah, so that's what this one is. She looks quite different in madcap mode. I don't really know why. I guess I can kind of see why, but it kind of throws me off a bit. Then yeah, it's really nice that I can make use of this these leaves now, because when I made them I was like thinking what can I use them for. I'm not really sure, but after I started sculpting her I was like, oh, I can use that. I can bring that into this file, and I feel like it fits her quite a lot. So I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I can reuse my assets. And this is what she looks like in madcap mode, and then the PBR mode. I want to, like, once I get all the basics or like the fundamentals tutorials out, I want to start making like short tutorials on like how I made these water droplets and stuff, things like that. Yeah, I'm excited about that, but I need to get my backlog out first. I think this was also like one of the things that like kind of just popped out in my mind, like, oh, I want to do a look where she looks like she's splashed with water. So like this, there will be water dripping down her face and all that, and wet hair like clinging onto her skin. So I kind of experimented a bit, and I'm happy that it worked out. So I need to figure out like how I want to integrate these hairs to her. So that's why I want to think about. So I need to organize this a bit. I also have this plane with admission, not admission, with what's it called? This additive material. But I'm not really sure what to do with it yet. Yeah. And I don't really have enough lights right now. Like, maybe I can use this. Maybe this one is. Oh, but this one's also doing something. Maybe let me see. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do about this. I'll just leave it here first. Hello, Sakaya119. Thank you so much. And welcome to the corner of the stream. Yeah, I really like how this turned out too. Like, these are tiny objects with refraction, and they are made with a curve repeater running across the face like this. Where is it? No, this is the wrong. Let me rename this. Like that. So there's a curve repeater like this, and it's repeating randomly in, like, you can randomize rotation and scale, but with rotation it will mean that because these are randomized, I can't control it. So if I randomize the rotation, then it will make some water droplets like flow in like the wrong direction against the pull of gravity. So I switched off rotation, did some scale adjustments. I have two different water droplets to like just kind of break up the look of the, yeah, just to break things up. And then translation, because I want all the water droplets to stick onto the skin, then the random translations are all done for like the up down axis and the left right axis. So that's how they deviate from this curve. Like, some of them will be more to the right, some of them will be like higher up, lower down, things like that. So yeah, it's pretty nice. I think eventually I need to get it to like more of a face, but this was just like a test that I made for the first time. So I'm just going to leave it like this and build up the other areas first before because it looks nice already. So I kind of want to focus on building up everything else. And yeah, then I'll get back to this. And these are also curve repeaters. Oh no, I mean tube stool. So it's pretty nice. Like, I can adjust them a little bit. Although I realize it's something that I wish that can be better for yeah, like something that I wish would be better for Nomad Sculpt is that when I'm working with a lot of thin objects like this, I'm trying to, are there two over here? Oh yeah, there are. But when I work with thin objects like this, it's quite difficult to look at the overall shape of it, because this gray color line kind of blocks the view, and then I need to like tap out to see what it looks like. But I don't really know how that can be fixed, I guess. Like, probably an idea would be to let me adjust this a bit. Probably an idea would be to like have a setting so that I can offset the curves a bit. But then again, it also doesn't make sense, because then it will make the snapping feature very weird if I do that. So yeah. But it's just a small downside. Like, it's not like, you see from this distance, I can't see anything. And now it's only when I click out, then I can start seeing like, oh, like this line like is too awkward looking, like it's too straight. So let me fix that a bit. Yeah, let's work on the hair. So I think probably group the hair up a bit. Okay, let me group it with this. Dingman. Yeah, no problem. I will eventually make a tutorial on this. Eventually! I got so many tutorials in my backlog. I also have one tutorial to make for something regards to digital painting. And then I have a tutorial to make for the shading tab. Tutorial for post-processing tab. My god. There's so many things. I'm so slow! I want to cry. Okay, take baby steps. Baby steps. Okay, head. I think these are just, yeah. I think maybe I should. Eventually I'm going to have water droplets in other areas, so I need to make sure that, oh my god, I hate this, that I name this as the head drops. They're not really sweat drops, they are, what are these sweat drops? I'll think about it. Hello Sota, thank you for coming in. New to sculpting, got any tips? Do you have a tablet? If you have a tablet, then get Nomad Sculpt. Yes. Although I guess like ZBrush, you can use it for free to a certain extent. So I don't know how much you can do with the free version. I mean, like you can probably do a lot with it. So maybe if you're not interested, like if you don't know whether or not it's for you, then maybe you can try the ZBrush for free. I think there will be a lot of good tutorials out there on doing simple stylized sculpts. But I mean, Nomad Sculpt is around 20 something Sing dollars, and I think I've been using, I think I bought Nomad Sculpt in, I bought it in, did I buy it in 2021 or something? And I started using it a lot in 2023 onwards, and I feel like the price is so worth it because I've been using it so much. And there are a lot of good tutorials channels out there for Nomad Sculpting. So yeah, I think one of the tips that I can give like right off the bat, which I also make in a future tutorial, is that if you create an object like this, if you're new to 3D, I think there's this concept. Why is this so dirty? Sorry. If you're new to 3D, there's going to be like this awkward mental shift that you have to make, that it's not just an image anymore. Like you can rotate this around. So like I can rotate this and look at different angles. I can look at 360 degrees. And I think this is like one of the things that I see a lot in people who just started out, and like me included, that if you're like not used to thinking of things in 3D space, then like let me just quickly do like a, what is it? Okay, let me just go back to my canvas. I think this is too much. I'm just going to like roughly, I hope I don't mess up, like do a hit sculpt, like a base mesh kind of. So like it's pretty common to like do something like this. And then the problem that comes with this is that when you start rotating around in like 3D space, I mean, I don't really know whether this is a good example. You'll notice that because I've been really focused on like doing like the front plane and then the side plane, and then maybe like, oh my god, and then maybe like the top plane, that the diagonal areas becomes really cuboid. So like it becomes super cuboid because like most people are not used to having the need to look at the diagonal section like this, or like even like this awkward angle or this weird angle here, and then it becomes very, it kind of looks like, I'm just going to exaggerate a bit. Like most people start out sculpting, you can kind of like, you just look at a sculpt done by someone who is like less familiar with sculpting, and you can kind of see like there's a plane, like a top plane, a front plane, side plane, and that's because they're not used to like, see, I need to fix this now to make it more round. Yeah, they're just not used to, oh my god, it's looking so shit right now, but you kind of get the idea of it. So like even for this space, I guess I'm still kind of seeing a little bit of that like side plane thing, but I'm pretty focused on, you see, I'm pretty focused on like trying to make sure that everything is round like this instead of like a square. Yeah, you should, yeah, that's like one of the things for newcomers, like you have to, just because I guess like this, just from my experience, that I really had to be really mindful to look at all the diagonal angles too. So yeah, I hope that I hope that helps you. So even for the hair like this, when I'm sculpting this hair like this, it looks really nice on like one side, but then I need to look around, and then you can see like this itch here is too. Let me just hide the plants because it's distracting. Let me hide this one too. So you can see that I've already fixed this curve over here, but then when I look around, it's a straight line here, so I need to fix this. I think like just being mindful of this can bring your sculpt quite a long way, I think especially for, let me just bring up like a simple one. I mean, it's not really that simple, but if you look at something like this, if I'm very focused on doing just the front side and this side, then, and like not focus on the diagonals, then Chikawa is going to look really cuboid. So yeah, I'm really mindful of, like, even for this, there is kind of a straight line over here, which means that I will need to I probably need to curve the diagonal a little bit like this, so that it curves a little bit better like this. Instead of, you can see the difference, like this versus this. Yeah, it's cute. So like front view, it looks fine. Side view, it looks fine. But then when you look at diagonals, you can see a little bit of that cuboid feel. And that's because I kind of made this quite quickly, so I didn't notice this. But then I'll need to adjust this like that. So the front view and the side view is not going to look any different. But then when you look at the diagonal, I think it looks different. Or at least from this angle, it's going to look different. But you have to be careful that when you adjust this, that you don't adjust. So I've adjusted a little bit too much of that, so I need to make sure that this doesn't get affected when I'm adjusting the diagonals here. And I'm going to go and save that. And let me show you how cute this is. It's so cute. Oh my god. You stop sidetracking. I think whenever I do blocks of hair, I spend a lot of time looking at the different angles. You can see I'm fixing this curve right here, and I'm going to fix this curve here. And I'm just going around. This one is fine from this angle. Bonita. And then this one is too straight, so I need to adjust that. I need to adjust how the different layers interact with one another. And you're welcome. I mean, there's a lot of things to learn when it comes to picking up a new, I guess, like picking up a new dimension. But then the good thing is that there are a lot of good beginner tutorials out there on YouTube. Then I'll need to, I think I'll cut this a bit. can see all these gaps forming when I start moving things around. So I need to be careful. I think that's also another thing which I always try to keep in mind, is that like 3D is so much more accessible now. Because I was a 3D animation student, so we have to learn general 3D stuff, like from 3D basics, 3D modeling to rigging to animation to lighting and rendering, like the whole pipeline, but very general, because there's only so much that you can cram in like yeah, there's only so much things you can cram in like a stupid brain. Anyway, I think at that time when I was studying, like Blender was still like oh, like look at this cool thing that you can use for free kind of thing. It isn't like how it is now. So we were using Maya a lot, and with Maya you have to pay the stupid subscription, and it's so expensive. Like I'm not gonna, yeah, I was stuck in school for a lot, like just to use Maya and all that. And the thing is that it's not, the interface doesn't look really that nice. It doesn't look nice, and I feel like a lot of girls were intimidated by like such a unaesthetic looking. It's not too bad, but it's like you kind of have to grow into it, I guess. But a lot of girls weren't really interested in 3D, and which is quite sad, because I feel like 3D is so fun. But like, yeah, now the options are, there's so many options now, like it's quite crazy. And like the more options would mean that you can figure out what you like and use that, instead of like being forced to use only one option, which is very cool. And I think like that's really important when you want to learn something new, that you find something that you will use for a long time. That's also how I got into sculpting, because I kind of like briefly dipped my toes into ZBrush. Like in school, there was a teacher who could teach ZBrush, like it's not part of the curriculum, and we had like I don't know, maybe 10 ZBrush student license in the computers in school. So I did a little bit, I tried it a little bit, but like it just wasn't intuitive for me. Maybe because I was stupid, I'm not sure. But I didn't really get into sculpting. And then I tried sculpting a little bit in Blender, but like it didn't really get me into sculpting too. So I kept like doing illustrations and brush pen stuff. And then one of the days I was like, oh, like I remember that we bought, my boyfriend and we bought like Nomad Sculpt on the iPad, and it's there, and I don't need to pay monthly subscription for it, because like for some reason that really affects me, because I guess I'm not gonna make it an artist. But anyway, I'm trying to fix, by the way, I'm trying to fix things in different angles as I go, because it's just a little, my brain can't comprehend like 3 dimensions, so I need to focus on one side and then I rotate around and focus on the other side. And that was, and because like Nomad Sculpt was already on my iPad, and it's so easy to take my iPad out, so like just take it out anytime when I feel like it. And it's not like I'm being pressured by like, oh, I need to work on sculpting this month because I'm paying for the subscription this month. Like, no, there's no pressure like that. I have it in my iPad, like completely. And because of that, like I'll mess up a lot, and I'll stop doing sculpting, and then I'll pick it up again, mess up again, and then repeat the cycle. But thanks to that, I think like I became quite good in sculpting because of that. And I really like Nomad Sculpt interface, because like compared to ZBrush, Nomad Sculpt is lacking like all the like extra fancy stuff that they have. Like they have what do they have? I think they have like something like nano mesh, which is really cool for doing chainmail and all that. Then they have the way that they have like templates or like brushes where you can duplicate objects, or even like their version of curve repeaters and all that looks really high tech. Like it looks super cool. But I think for now Nomad Sculpt has what I need. So I'm trying something new. Weird mentality. Yes, it's always the most important thing is that it works. So yeah, if you want to try like ZBrush on the iPad, if you have an iPad, as long as you have iOS 17 and above, which is kind of like any iPads. I have one old iPad which is made in 2015. That one doesn't support iOS 17 anymore, so I can use Nomad Sculpt on that, but I can't use ZBrush on it. But if you can use ZBrush, then you can try their free version. I think the main thing for the free version, which I'm like why did they do that? I mean, I get why they do that, but I'm like, is that you can't export your sculpt out of ZBrush. So that is the biggest limitation for the free version. And of course, like a lot of the brushes are missing from that. But I think like in terms of what you need to make a sculpt, like you have everything that you need in the free version. We're trying something new with this one. So like my previous sculpt, the hair is kind of like one object like this, and because it's one whole continuous thing, so I guess like it makes more, I think like it makes more sense. And just because it's like an underwater kind of water thing, then it's yeah, like it's all one object. But I think this time around I'm going to try, I mean, there are some strands that are individual like this, but I think this time around I'm going to try and have like all these split up, like just to see like which method I prefer. I think like there's some pros and cons with doing them in different ways. I think with this way, you kind of need to manage the objects better. Yeah, not really sure like which one is easier, which one's harder. Yeah, not really sure. You have a grab tablet. I'm not really sure what a grab tablet is. Is it like a different? Is it like Hui? Like grab is like Hui on or something? Or you're just meaning like a tablet that you can that doesn't have a screen and oh yeah, you can use Blender too. I keep forgetting. Yes. My god, I forgot. Although I guess I'm thinking about tablets, but yeah, Blender for sculpting is pretty good. I've done it. Expand. Okay. Blender is pretty good. I've tried it before. I think like also because Blender is free, and like so usable and like so customizable, and everyone likes it, that you're just gonna find a lot of good tutorials out there on how to get started with sculpting and all that. And I think like from last year or this year, they did like some updates, like kind of like a major update in the sculpting side for Blender. So yeah, that's like pretty cool. Let me just I'm just going to activate dynamic topology for all this. Yeah, Blender is pretty good, but I don't really know it enough to use it myself. But it feels pretty good to use it. Like the interface feels nice, and then you have this adjustable the drag radius adjusting in Blender, which I feel like this is one of the things that is necessary for every software. Like if a software doesn't have this, I will like minus points from them. Wait, what's this? And then Nomad Sculpt Glazer. Oh, that's quite cute. I'm gonna keep this. Yeah, I hope that you have fun learning 3D. Because you can make a lot of cute stuff. No. Not that you can't make cute stuff last time, but now like it's just oh my god. Now it's just so much more accessible. Let me fix this first. So I'll probably split this one too, because it's starting to... Okay, let me hide this first. Maybe I'll just split this up. I think I'll split this first. Yeah, I think that's quite similar to how I feel like when I look at the 3D stuff. I'm like, wow, they're so cool. But I like both, so trying to like work hard so that I can be proficient in both of them. But like, there's so much to learn for each of them. Okay, let me just. It's a lot easier to split the objects when everything is still not like built up yet. So I'm going to do this. Sure, I want this to be. Do I want it to go that direction? So I know that I want it to go that direction, this direction, this direction, like this. I think the shaping in the initial block in phase, so it always takes so much time. Maybe I want it to it's like I like the look of this side, but this side I'm not sure. So I think that's essentially doing the same thing of like making sure that I'm looking at all angles with this hash run. It's just a bit, this is like a little bit more advanced because you have, instead of like one, sculpting the face is also quite advanced, but instead of like one object like this, where you kind of like look around like that, now you have an object that kind of flows around in 3D space and is pretty long too. So I need to be mindful of like every single curve in every single angle. So it's not just about like fixing this, shaping this side, but it's also about shaping this curve here, keeping in mind that it should look nice with all the other curves in the whole chain. So I think that's one of the more time consuming part of sculpting the base hair. Like all these things really takes time. I kind of like how the hair like folds over to this shape here. So I'm not really sure whether or not I want to split this up. Because I think like with shorter hair, it made more sense to, because I'm planning to do like 2 layers of hair for her. Like one is the shorter one like this. Oh, wait, give me a sec. Sorry, I'm back. Going to so let's see. Going to fix this big portion here. Then make sure that I hide this above like this. So I'm not really sure if I want to like break things off over here. because I've been pretty that was quick. Because I've been quite focused on scripting the past few weeks. That's why you're seeing me like just trying to wrap my head around with this. I think also like part of it is just working with so many objects that interweaves with one another. Like all this intersection is kind of messing with my head. So yeah. I also don't like these kinds of straight lines like this. So I need to... Shit, is it quite dark? So I need to give nice variations to them. So yeah, this stream's not going to be that productive because I'm also kind of lost. Oh, I guess I'm like always very lost in all my streams. So you have to be careful, like if I move something, I need to make sure that the other object... I feel like this one's a little bit awkward like this. So maybe I'll add like a tiny bit of curve to that, like just to break up that big chunk and then fix it on the other angles too. Yeah, I think this is my first... Is it my first time? Yeah, I think this is my first time breaking up hat pieces like this. So it's... yeah, I'm just like really not used to it. But I'm gonna guess that once I get used to it, and once like I practice this enough, that maybe it might be better. That was good. think I'll keep going for a short while. This is so difficult to figure out. Because I want her hair to be quite consistent, and just keeping in mind, like, her hair is wavy. Her hair waves like this distance, like it turns like the different direction this distance. So I'm trying to keep it consistent throughout the hair. Because like, let's say if you look down here, let's say if you look at this section here, then the curve is a lot longer, so it becomes a different type of hair. Then I'll need to adjust it a bit, but still not sure like what directions I want to adjust this. One of the other ways to polish the scalp a bit that I've been practicing to do is like taper the scalp to a sharp point like this. So it looks a lot more polished than something that looks like this over here. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Like, this is just a quick way to smooth this out, to do that kind of shaping. will I add gaps to the hair so that it looks like, yeah, that will be the plan in the future, but it's not really about gaps, but like I'm just going to demo on this one. So it's probably something more like this. Like I'll have individual strands that are smaller. And this will be the hair strands. But I don't do this kind of things until I don't do the detailing until the base mesh is all good. Because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to like do the details first when like the shape is bad. It's like the wrong priorities. So I think like in terms of the hair, maybe I spend like an overall I don't know, I can't really guess, like maybe like 4 hours total on everything. It's not a lot of time. But yeah, so this is how I would do the detailing later on, like that. And I can interweave this to like this so that it feels more organic. So I can keep extending this upwards. And then that's like a detailed strand like that. I probably can use tube stool too for, like, I think I've seen people doing tube stool for hair and it looks pretty nice. But then I've always been the type who I like to draw and do illustrations. So I guess like I have more fun doing actual sculpting rather than doing like more technical things. Actually in Blender, like one of the cool things with Blender is that now they have real-time lighting, I think. And also you can make use of geometry nodes to repeat a lot of things or like do some stuff for your sculpts. But I've always been more of like a someone who draws rather than do technical things. But for something like this where like the strands are attaching to a face and so thin, it's kind of a pain like doing a sculpt with this, so the tube stool is a lot better. But eventually I need to figure out like how to integrate these strands to this one. Yeah, but like it's so much in the block and face right now, like they are also low detailed, I guess. But I think one of the things that I can do really quick is to just do these taper the big objects into these thin strands at the bottom. So that's what I'm doing first. Like hit the easy stuff first. The easy stuff that has like a huge impact on the overall look. I think like the way that I sculpt is also not that optimal, so I need to figure out like better ways to sculpt things. I find like one of the issues that I have is like keeping creases really deep. Like that is one of the problems that I have. I'm trying to figure that out, like how to deal with that problem. So yeah, I'm trying to fix like the big shapes first, and if I create any details, it will it'll still be like considered big details, like it's not small yet. Probably something like this. There's a strand there, so I should and then it looks nice from this angle, which means that it sucks on the other angle, so I need to fix it. I think that's like something that I like compared to illustrations, where like it's more systematic, I feel. It's like when I do one angle and I fix it, and I rotate to the other one and fix that, and then I rotate again and fix that, then after that it's like, oh, it looks nice. But it's like, it's very systematic. It's like, I guess my process is a lot of trying to fix every 45 degrees. The top side too, I forgot about the top side. And it's like, once I fix all the different angles, and it's like, oh, it looks quite decent. So I think this one, I will split it up eventually, but not yet. This one's quite thick. So I probably would want to crease this, because I guess the idea that I have is that it will go behind her ear or something. But it doesn't really look that good yet. Like, I may want to split this one up too. And because I'm recovering from a little bit of sickness, I feel like my brain kind of needs to shut down a bit soon. And then if I do this one, this angle is not fixed yet. Like sometimes doing the big shapes, like having a really big blobby shape, is quite distracting. Like it looks a bit, it looks like everything is not integrated as well. So like I do try to, at least like something like this is fine, but I think something like this is still too blobby. And it makes it very difficult to see whether or not it's going on the right track. So I will add some details to this. And hopefully the next few streams that I do in between all my tutorial recordings and scripting will be a lot more smoother, like a lot better. I still find it so difficult to like jump around different things, like jump around painting and then sculpting and then scripting, recording and editing and stuff. But I think like I'm getting maybe like 0.01% better each time. Like I think the face sculpt was done a lot faster than the previous one that I did, so I'm pretty happy with that. So this one was quite big. So I probably want to split this one up. So this one, I think trying to see where I should cut it off. So maybe I'll... Oh my god. Okay, maybe like this. Where is it? Is it this one? Yeah. Probably want this to connect a little bit more to the top portion here. So I'm gonna bring it up here, then fix the side view. And then add a little bit more, like some basic shape thing. I like the way that it curves over here, so I'm going to exaggerate that a bit. So that's nice. Maybe I will end it earlier, like it doesn't have to be connected to the top. Maybe like this. But that means that I need to fix this one now. I'm going to drag this out now. Not really sure whether I want to overlap things, but maybe it makes sense for this side. Let me just fix the silhouette a bit first. So it will go like this, up, down. I'm just like tackling one shape at a time because there are too many things going on. And I think that's how I usually approach hair. Well, like, there are going to be so many things happening at any, like all the different sections. So it's pretty important to like compartmentalize, like, okay, I'm going to work on this section now, and let's make this part look nice first. But I'm not ignoring everything around it. I'm also like, I guess this is also like a illustrator skill. Well, like, I am keeping in mind the shapes on this side and this side. Also, to make sure that this and this one doesn't look too similar, because I wouldn't want that. Like, hair is organic, so it shouldn't be symmetrical. So I think I like how where this is going. Probably would bring this down a bit like that. And then fix this angle. It's a little bit soft looking right now, so it's going to be a bit difficult to tell So I'm just going to finish up the directions of the bottom strand first, like this. So I think overlapping them is a nice choice. Yeah. So I think now I just want to add a little bit more detail so that I can check whether or not they integrate well with everything else. It's also important to isolate things so that we can check that there's like nothing weird going on in the hidden areas. So that looks fine. This one looks fine. I'm just fixing any straight lines at this point. So I'm checking every angle, just making sure that they look nice. So right now a new issue is coming up. You can see like this 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 strands are like going in the same direction. I keep doing this kind of shit. So I'm going to like add some variations to the different strands. And I like that this strand is like bigger, the curve is bigger, so I'm really like making sure I'm not losing that shape as I move this around. So now it's a lot better now. Like they're not like forming some straight lines. But then this angle is bad now, so I also have to fix this one. I think one of the problems is like just how evenly spaced they look. So I'll try to put like more variations to this. But I don't really want to lose the overall shape of them. To me, it's also the issue of like everything's ending to like, I'll make this shorter so that like there's a stagger with this, I think. Sometimes the most helpful thing for fixing things like this is like just like moving on to another section and then come back to it another day. And usually I'll see like something new that I don't like, or a new idea where I'll be like, oh, maybe I can put the hair this way. And it's just like a lot easier to fix problems with a fresh eye. So I'm going to look at the other sides. And one of the things I look forward to is climbing again later. Like usually I climb the bouldering like once every alternate day, but because I fell sick and my boyfriend also fell a little bit sick because of me, I think. But because of that, we were supposed to climb yesterday, but it's like feeling like chest tightness and stuff from the cold. But thankfully this time around recovered way faster than the last time. So yeah, can't wait to climb again later. I like to use my planner brush to create very weird shapes. So just going to run the brush across. This will give enough detail for the first pass, like that. Like I think it's enough for me to see like whether or not things are working out. So from this distance you can see like a straight line here. I need to fix that. So I think I like the overall shape of the hair, and I want to try and keep that. Actually, I like the way that this looks, but I think this part I'm not really sure yet. And maybe it's getting too messy. Like maybe all this is a mistake. But that's always the fun of doing sculpting, like experimenting with things. So maybe what I want to do is to shorten this side. So I like this. I like what this is doing. And then maybe I'll shorten this a bit. But I need to stop looking at this because I think I can't really fix it right now. I can see like how it looks like before. Good. So I think so I like the way that this side looks with like the long hair, the short, and then it goes down again. And because that was what I was doing with this one, well, like I felt like everything was too even out, so I shortened this one. And then I will just like put a little bit more detail here because it's a big piece. But I think eventually I need to break this one up because I think this whole thing's pretty big. Although, yeah, I'm still quite torn like between like do I break this up or do I just keep it as one thing? It's lots of decisions. I think there's something that I can just break off later, so I think my brain's like getting a bit fried. Okay, so I think that is enough for today. Not a lot of progress, but every bit of progress means that I'm getting closer somewhere, and that is great. Maybe I can just add a little bit more detail on this one. Pretty excited to finish up like all my scripts and record them, and hopefully I can get the outliner one done. And I want to finish it by tonight, but I think that's a little bit too much, like asking for too much, like overestimating myself. So maybe in the next 2 days, hopefully that tutorial will be out. So I think that's good. I need to make sure that the sculpt, as in her hair, like hit like this section here doesn't pop out of the hair strands. So I think that's all good. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, before I go, maybe I'll like sculpt. I mean, I'll put it inside my live stream description that I'll be sculpting it anyway. And I guess I want to try. But one of the things that I'll recommend for people starting out is to make use of symmetry as much as you can. So you can see like this one used to be something like a spear, and then because I have all the symmetry planes here, then I can pull it out like this. Man, it's so much more like less brain intensive working on simple stuff like this. So like this is one of my favorite climbing holds, and that's one of my favorite climbing holds, and there's like quite a lot of symmetry of this one, but you can see that it's actually not sure. Can it? Wait, let me see. Let me see if I can use. Oh, I guess I can. So making sure that I'm working with the front side. I look at the grid here. My god, it's my first time sculpting a climbing wall. It's so fun. So you can see, like, if I don't have symmetry on, that like I need to adjust one side, one side, one side, one side. But with symmetry, if I'm matching up to this, yeah, it's then down one side and getting to it, then I can do like the overall shape of things and make sure that it's so I make sure that everything is correct first. Like always do the overall shape first. Something like that. And then because the bottom side is a lot bigger, bigger by a bit, I'll switch off one of the, oh wait, give me a sec. I can switch off the symmetry for this that reflects up down, and then I can make this bigger like this. I'm going to print, I'm just going to print like a plane here because it's a lot easier this way. Let me see if what's the color of my climbing gym? I guess something like this. And then I can the lighting is yes, I can just brighten this up. Oh my god, so cute. So I have this one, and then I will do, I'm thinking about how to do the edges. Maybe thinking. Oh, I know. So I can go to the left side like this, and wait, I should know this. Where's my mouse? Yeah, Salma's tool. Maybe I'll do a rectangle like this. Something like this. Then I can just scale it. I think sometimes I like to, yeah, it's like giant bean. I think that's why I like it a lot. Like it's quite a cute looking hole. Whereas sometimes I like to do these kind of small things, simple things too, because it really like forces me to practice my fundamentals. And let's clear the mask. So I have this one, and I can smooth because like the edges are quite smooth out like that. Then I can, and this is my, I'm still not sure whether I want to keep using subdivision or whether or not I'll change up to dynamic topology. But I think for now it's still working fine. And then, let me see. Then I guess, because I want to do the indentation on one side, then I will have to turn off the X-plane, I think. So even if like both sides are not exactly symmetrical, I can still kind of use the, oh wait, this is wrong. No, I need the X-plane. Wait, no. I can still make use of the Y symmetry plane to do this side. And then I'll go down subdivision levels so that it's a lot easier to shape things. Being quite careful that I'm not affecting the overall shape too much. But like I'm doing this asymmetrical thing because I know that the overall shape is pretty good now. I think like this hole is like half a person's height. So like if you stand beside it, it will kind of like be on your hip level. It's quite a big hole. And I really like slopers, so this is like one of my favorite holes out there. So I think this one is pretty good. I'm gonna start painting it now. And I can only see, I'm still not really sure like how black works in Nomad Sculpt, because it feels like pure black doesn't really work that well to me. So I'll do this, and then I guess increase the roughness for the so cute. I'm painting in manually the, okay, let me switch this off a bit. Oh my god, it's so cute. Can't wait to climb later. it's just so fun. Like you can probably see from my streams that I like to problem solve things, and I feel like climbing is like just one of those rare spots that you have to problem solve a lot. Like it's so fun. And so actually with climbing, it also taught me how to I think that there's been a lot of times when I will lose motivation in doing art. I feel like when I go to the wall and see, like, it's very easy to lose motivation on climbing too, like bouldering. But like something that something that I learned really well from bouldering is that it's also very easy to modulate the difficulty of a climb or what you're doing on the wall to keep like the enjoyment or bring the motivation back. I think that really helped me with art, like doing art too, and like even with the thing of posting things every day and just like trying to keep like the consistency and output over like and override like how like badly I feel on certain days. I think those things really help. Yeah, I feel like I learned so much from climbing that I totally didn't expect. Highly recommend. So I'm going to make this shape a bit. It's just a lot easier to create a smooth shape when just a lot easier to create. You can see like, oh, like I have this problem of a straight line here. In my memory of that hole, this part was more aesthetic. So I need to make sure that I fix that curve. So like now it's a lot nicer like this. And there's a little bit of a lip over here. Like a little bit of a protrusion on this side. So I need to make sure that I get that too. I think something with the simplified forms is that it's very easy to mess up the smooth surface. It's like it's very easy to make turn things very lumpy. So I like to use this as like a practice to make sure that I'm being careful with different edges. I don't know whether it got worse. Maybe I just undo that. And then the final thing is to add some chalk on the climbing hold. Oh wait, that's like a tiny, let me see something like there's a tiny shape like logo here. I'll make sure that I switch off symmetry and I'm on painting mode. Wait, it's actually quite big, right? I'm too zoomed in. That was pretty low poly, but I guess it's fine. Oh my god, the shape is wrong. There's more of a curve to it. It's a bit difficult to draw in. The plant is so big. To draw in low poly. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, let's like plaster some chalk on the wall. I don't know how to add chalk. It's okay, don't mind. I think there's more chalk on this area here, and I'll need to fix the edge a bit more. So to the island, I don't know how to apply chalk onto objects. But it's fine. Every day I learn something about myself. Okay, let me just neaten up this because I will have to go already. Then tonight I will edit the video. I will do my best. Actually, I should be using symmetry for this. Wait, I'm not even using symmetry. I think when I saw this climbing hole, I always wanted to sculpt this. Wait, let me switch off. So yeah, this was fun. Wonder whether it's probably not going to work out, but let's just try. It's not going to work out that much, but maybe I'll do it on a separate layer in case I mess it up. I feel like my hand feels so itchy now, like I just want to exercise and stuff. I think usually at this point I'll just turn on dynamic topology and start painting. the details, but I think I kind of want to keep the subdivision for a while. So just do the best that I can. Wait a minute, it's not white. Oh my god. Okay, luckily I did it in a separate layer so I can adjust the color. Then just erase a little bit to smooth out the transitions. Oh my god, how cute is this? Wait, I haven't put the bolt. I think this is too thin, but whatever. Let me just do like one more thing, and I'll keep it separate. Oh right. Trying to outline the holes. Then this way I can add a spear like this, and then I guess they're flat bolts, so I'm just going to flatten it. I think if you're watching this and you're new to sculpting, this part of the seam's actually like pretty useful, I guess, because it's like okay, let me see, because I'm kind of going through like the fundamentals of things. Okay, I think this one has to be here and this one has to end here, like this. Then make sure that this will stick onto the surface of things. I think when I started learning 3D, these are kind of the things that I did more of. Like, I didn't do any sculpting. And even when I tried to do sculpting, it was so difficult for me. So yeah, this kind of things always bring back nice memories. So I'm going to 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, it's 8. Okay, do I need to bring you guys up or something? You know, maybe B-spline's easier. Yeah, it's a lot easier for this. I think this kind of these kinds of simple stuff allows you to focus on what is more important. Because like, can see when I was sculpting the girl's hair, there's just like so many things going on that even I was feeling pretty lost. Whereas for something simple like this, I mean simple depending on how much 3D you know, it's a lot more straightforward. It's like the more you remove complicated stuff, the more you can focus on what you need to do. Well, I have to go now, so I'm going to fix, oh my god, this one. Why are you floating in the air? Just go back, just go in. And then, I mean, this is completely wrong, so I should have done this properly from the start, damn it. Okay, and then I'm going to do metal. But it's alright because it's so tiny. I'll just do better next time. I'll validate this and I just do this. Ta-da! Climbing hole! Must be shocked, like suddenly there's a climbing hole. Oh, go away. It's a season of fast ends right now. This is kind of the problems of living beside, like living in a less city area. Like you have seasons of different ends. So I think like last season, a few months ago, was the season of like tiny ends that are quite slow. Yay! And then this, since last week is the season of these fast black ants, which I like. I don't really like them, but they are useful for the ecosystem. I think as long as you don't have any food around, they're just going to like wander about alone, and I guess get lost in their pheromones and like just eventually die, which is quite sad. So as long as you don't have food and like they start forming a trail of like many ants forming a trail, I'll just leave them alone. But then I also don't want to like smash on them. Like I just want them to be free and do their own stuff. But then they're so tiny, so I can't really keep track of where they are. Hello Shira. Thank you for coming in. I'm about to go, so thank you for popping by. It's nice to see you again. And draw a circle around it. Draw a circle around it. I don't know whether they can even see like what is going on the screen. Maybe it's like too bright for them. Like they're so tiny. Yeah. I think, wait, is this an accurate size? Let me see. I guess it's bigger. Oh, now she can climb this. maybe over time I'll have like over time I'll have a whole bunch of climbing holes, and then I can make like my own digital climbing hole. It'll be my digital home wall. Man, this is so cute. I kind of expected that it's gonna be cute, but this is cuter than I thought. And I think in the future when I'm sick and like, I mean sick but like not sick enough to be contagious and all that, then I'll probably go to the gym and like have my iPad and just sculpt out my favorite holes, because it's just a lot easier to like see the different angles in person. I mean, I can take photos of them, but sometimes it's nice to like look at things in person and sculpt things. So yeah. Anyway, this is one of my favorite holes. Maybe I'll show you like how I climbed this next time, but there's no more time now. So I hope that you have a good time. Thank you, Sakaya and Sota and Shira. Thank you for coming in. I will end it here. It's so cute. So cute. Oh wait, I can... Let me see. Okay, you don't need a fork to climb, so let's move that. Oh my god, no. I mean, this is so difficult. Okay, let's move here slowly, one axis at a time. One axis. One axis. Chikawa bouldering. Let me hide these first. God, I sound like a crazy person. I need to keep the hand short, or else it wouldn't be cute anymore. Short hands. Yeah, Chikawa's cute. Yes, he got the grip. This is a V17 climber. And oh, in climbing, like V17 bouldering is like the hardest possible grade right now, I think. So Chikawa is V17. Super strong. And climbing stream. Yeah, maybe climbing stream would be nice as like a future idea. But yeah, I'm happy to help with the tips. I'm glad that I can share them with you, because yeah, it's so fun to share these kind of things, and I feel like I've learned quite a lot in my own like 3D and sculpting journey. So I hope that the tips are like relatable enough for whichever step they are in. Oh my god, so cute. Okay, I'll go now. Thank you for Yeah, I will climb with them. It's like when you're resting, you can watch them climb in their cute ways. Oh my god, so cute. Yeah. Thank you for dropping by. I'll see you in the next one. And hopefully in the next 2 days. I mean, I'm not going to promise anything, but hopefully this week I'll have the outliner tutorial out. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'm not going to promise anything, but stay tuned.